listening to Everyday Engineering, the City of Madison's engineering podcast where we talk about infrastructure, complex topics explained simply, from the water that flows down your drain to the rain and snow that drains into the lakes, by way the curbs and streets we design. City engineering touches your life in so many ways, explained right now in Everyday Engineering. Life's Blueprint, an episode focusing on the career journey of one of our staff members to share more about them, how they got here, and hopefully some information on how to move into a career in this industry. All the good stuff. My name is Hannah Mohelnitzky, City of Madison Engineering Division, Public Information Officer. In a nutshell, I lead communications for our division and get to know all of our staff, sections, and managers, which is really an honor and a privilege because I get to learn all about them and their journeys, and now we can share them, which is where we got this idea for this new Life's Blueprint segment. So again, there are so many paths in our engineering division, and today we are hosting someone who knows a thing or two about how we operate in the engineering division. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Operations Supervisor Jay Schlimgen. And now that's where we should enter in the
Yay.
the grand entrance.
Here I am.
Yes, here you are. This is nice because we work together often in the professional capacity of what's going on today, what's going on in the major snow event, or what's going on when we're responding and doing maintenance to all of our structures underneath the ground. Jay, your official title, Engineering Division Operations Supervisor, leading our operations section of the City of Madison Engineering Division. So what does that mean for anybody who's listening? Can you just break down what you do? What does Jay do? Do we have enough time for this, Jay?
Yeah. So anyway, I work with a great team. Our office staff and my immediate supervisors, we work as a team throughout this whole thing. So I sort of do some planning and organization of getting schedules out, making sure the work is getting done.
What kind of work?
So that was
a softball question.
So we do so many different things. So obviously, we take care of the city greenways. We take care of the sanitary and storm pipe sections and structures, which include CCTV, cleaning, repairs, and waterway projects and everything. So, each supervisor has their own little niche, but we all work together on accomplishing that. So, I just try to make sure things go smoothly, and
do they always go smoothly?
Oh no, hardly ever. But so anyway, one of my primary jobs is to have the CCTV operations. Making sure the work is scheduled, making sure we're meeting our goals.
And that means what for anybody who might be listening and not sure what that is?
So that's putting a camera down into the sanitary and storm sewer pipes, and we also put them in structures and do inspections that way. So that's a pretty big program. We've got a lot of goals to meet throughout the year, a lot of special projects that pop up. So I had those three CCTV trucks and make sure all that work gets done. What else do I do?
We can go through more. We'll sprinkle it in.
Okay.
But that's a good taste. That's a good starter. And Jay, your journey is unique. It's long here at the city, and it's quite awesome. But you weren't always a supervisor.
No.
So where did this all begin?
So
where did you grow up? Where did the spark for this begin?
Sure. So anyway, I'll be going on starting my 21st year here this coming March.
Congratulations.
Yeah, sure. So how I got here, I was born and raised on a dairy farm south of Mount Horeb. I worked there until I was 35. After that, I did a little countertop and cabinet making and installation.
Sure.
Ended up at a local dairy down the street here. And then I entered the engineering department as a street and sewer maintenance worker 1, March 12th of 2001, which was my mother's birthday.
Oh.
Yes.
That's pretty sweet.
So, after that, the progression that we have at this engineering department is that you pass your probation, a year probation, and then you become a street and sewer machine worker, or Street and Sewer Machine Op 1.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure. We're
So-
trying to be official in
Yes.
the actual names of the positions.
Yes.
So you started in an entry level position.
Yep. Labor.
Okay. Can we pause there for a second?
Sure.
So if anyone's listening here, they should know this, is that anything is possible at the city. You can start no matter what part you start. You can start in a different agency. You can start in a different position. You can work your way up. You can, there's different paths that I don't think a lot of people know about, to be quite frank.
Sure.
So this is a really good example of a success story, obviously, because we love working with Jay, and of course everyone who works for Jay. Yes, he
Yes.
smiled. Yes. So I mean, I think that this is just a good example of showing, you're a farm kid, right? You grew
Right.
up a farm kid.
bet.
Did you have siblings?
Yes, I got 7 siblings.
7 siblings.
Yes.
Man.
Yes.
Did everyone have chores? Different chores?
Oh,
yeah.
We had chores. Yeah, I mean, I was out on a tractor when I was 10 years old.
Sure.
You know, it's milking cows when you're 5, whatever. Yeah.
But a lot of when you're 5, that's amazing.
Yeah,
But that's the life, right?
You bet it.
Any farm kid knows that.
Yep.
And a lot of the time when you're a farm kid, you love the farm. You love your family. A lot of the times it's a family farm, and it's something that you want to continue in the family, or you want to, whatever you want to do. It's hard to move on from the farm.
It is.
And how did you do that?
Well, I was the last of the kids on the dairy farm.
Sure.
I was working in partnership with my father. It came down to one day I realized, I don't know if I want to work 7 days a week. Not a lot of money in the farming industry. So I decided to branch out and leave the farm, which I'm sure that really hurt my father, but it was just one of those things that
Sure.
that happened.
What about the other siblings?
They were all gone off the farm by then.
Hey, they get off scot-free.
Yeah, well, no, I think they paid their dues. They
Sure.
did their chores, and
Yeah.
when they got old enough, they went to other jobs.
Sure. But if any farm kids are listening here, it's something, and to prepare you for the city. How did that transition? How did that work? Did you get good? Obviously, you have great work ethic. You discipline, all these different things. Getting up on time, being on time, reliable. What sort of things did you carry over?
Yes, those are the exact things I carried over. Those things are instilled in you when you are born and raised on a farm. And those things are very beneficial working for any city agency.
And the family part of it, too, working together. And all of that. Well, maybe you work together when you're growing up. I don't know.
I was going to say some days probably not so much, but yeah,
Yes.
it definitely was a team event.
Yeah, because I mean, when I walk in, Emil Street is our operations facility building. Everyone says facility here at the city. It's a
Yes.
building.
Yes.
And you can tell that on Jay's team, everybody is very honest and comfortable and works very hard, has a lot of fun. Poking, that's a culture that you've set, and we'll get more to that in a little later.
Sure.
But let's talk about the progression. So did you think, this is a starter position. So you said you started as a
Street and Sewer Maintenance Worker 1.
So the first position
Yep,
out of a series?
Nope, that's it. That's the entry position
Okay.
for our department.
So you're doing what at that point?
So you're a laborer.
Sure.
You're helping out on the CCTV vans. You are on the vectors with the cleaning equipment. You're on repair jobs.
Sure.
And any other miscellaneous items that come up. It's really that chance to break you in, get you used to the city, get you used to your coworkers, and you're always learning. Every job is different. You're always learning, and the more you soak that up, the better you're going to be for the entire team.
The big green Vactors, for anyone listening, if you see those cruising around, they don't quite cruise. If they are, then call us, because they're quite big. But yes, so those big green Vactors. Okay, so then what, Jay?
So anyway, like I said, after your probation,
Okay.
if you do well,
Yes.
you become a street and sewer worker 1, or operator 1, I'm sorry.
Sure, you're okay.
And again, that's the same position as the maintenance worker 1, it's just that you passed your probation.
Sure.
So I entered that in 2002. And in 2003, I was promoted to back then it was a street and sewer maintenance worker 3.
Okay.
And that would have been CCTV operators, vector operators, rotor operator. So I advanced into that.
Which is not easy. Anyone listening, you can't just jump in one of these machines. They're massive,
Right.
and it does take skill to be able to operate something so big because of safety, obvious reasons, but also it's not easy.
Right. And another thing I should get into, when you do come into as a labor position, fresh off the street, we do supply CDL training.
Awesome.
Because that is a requirement of the position. So we train you and get you tested and get your license right there at the city of Madison.
So you can start with no experience.
You need a driver's license.
You need a driver's license.
But you do not need a CDL
Right.
license.
Which is pretty awesome that, if you apply for this position, all of the great benefits and everything that comes with this, great team, great
Yes.
supervisors.
Right on.
Yes. But, I think that is a huge benefit. And then you can work your way from that. That's huge. You don't even you have a driver's license.
Right. Yeah. Really, what I've found over the years that we can pretty much train anybody. As long as you got that will and that desire and the pride for working for the city of Madison, you can pretty much go anywhere.
I love that.
Yes.
Truly, it's true. Okay, from there then, we said you were a 3.
Yep.
Okay, we
Yeah.
continue, Jay. We continue in our journey.
So anyway, in March in 2012, a position came open for the engineering general foreperson.
4-person.
Foreperson.
Okay.
Yes.
So a leadership position.
Yes. So I applied for that, and I ended up getting a position. So yeah, many different new responsibilities. I would have never thought in my entire life that I would have been in management.
Yeah. Why? Why?
I only have a high school education. I do not have any other degrees. I've got a lot of certificates and a lot of trainings that I took advantage of the city of Madison offers and UW offers. But I guess when you're born and raised on a farm and you only have a high school education, I would have never dreamt that I would have been in the position that I am now.
Yeah, but hard work and those things that you learn on the farm carry you through.
I believe so.
Really, I truly do. And then so from technically 4-person, and then did that evolve? Did the title evolve? Did the position evolve from there, Jay?
Yeah, so I held that position, and then in 2017, there was a position open for the engineering operations supervisor.
Okay.
Which I applied for and I received, and that is the current position that I'm in now.
Wow. So, if anyone's listening to this, if you pull anything away from this interview, is that it is possible. You can come in, and Jay is proof.
Yep.
You're proof, Jay. That's a lot. That's a lot, but it's true though. And I guess when you look back on your journey so far, because you're not done yet.
Not quite.
No, not quite. Did you have any support, or was it all the Jay?
No, obviously I had support from the coworkers, support from management. Like I said, we are definitely a team. I can't stress that enough. Engineering is about a team, and I probably couldn't do my position today if it wasn't for the people around me. We rely on each other, and we stick together.
Any advice anyone gave you? Any moments?
One thing that I think back on, Will Ballman, he worked for the city for 37 years. He was a rotor operator, so that's the more old style of cleaning the sewers, and he was a perfectionist at that. And I work with him quite often, and one thing I took back is that Will really cared about the customers that he served up to the day that he retired. That's 37 years of hey, I care about the city, I care about my customers, and that's stuck with me. Yeah.
I think yes, because sometimes you show up to work and you're like, I just got to get through this day.
Sure, there's days like that.
And then there's other days that feel just all the warm fuzzies like that, which which I say warm fuzzies because it makes my heart feel good knowing that we have a supervisor like you, Jay, on our team, leading our people, our awesome team. You know, it's good to work for a great guy. So
Well, thanks. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody shares that opinion about me, but you know,
that's good though. That's good. You can't win them all over, but also
that
yeah.
is true.
Yes. So, Mr. Bauman gave you that kind of sentiment. How important is it for people to have somebody to look up to while they're going through the career progression, like say you did?
Sure. It's always nice to have guidance and have somebody that is maybe in a leadership role, whether that be a lead worker or actually a supervisor, but someone to help guide you and instill that that work ethic, and in the end, it pays off.
Yeah.
And definitely care about the customers that you're serving.
This goes for not just at the city, this goes for trades, this goes for anything in life really, but I think we're speaking specifically to our trades also, because a lot of, well, I mean, my husband's in the trades.
Sure.
So I can speak to this a little more candidly, but it's you know, sometimes when they get into the trades or they're not sure, or, you know, they're just not sure what path they're going to go, it's important to have somebody to kind of not cling on to, but to really try to learn from.
Right. And
there's not always people that are willing to pull you under the wing either.
You are exactly correct. But we do have a good number of people at the engineering operations that will help you, guide you through that.
All the reason why you should apply for that entry-level position.
Yes, I think it's huge. You know, a lot of people now are maybe looking elsewhere for a job. One thing I enjoy about the city, or I always know your job is secure. If you're a good worker and doing a good job, your job is secure, and also the pension. Hardly any other job has pensions anymore these days. So those are the two things that you can really take away that's positive. There might be companies out there with better benefits, maybe a little bit more pay, but when it really comes down to it, you want to count on your job and you want to have a pension. City is it.
Was where it's at.
You bet.
What was that word again? A pension? Is that a thing?
It's pension. It is still a thing. Let's hope it stays.
You know, I think it's funny when anybody makes that transition to the city, and that's usually one of the first things, because you want to love what you do, you want to feel like you're making a difference, and that your work matters, and that people give a rip about what you're doing.
Yes.
And finally, the benefits and the stability. And I think that you hit on all three, and it's totally possible whether you're a farm kid or you're in other areas of life, honestly. It's possible. Look at Jay. He's proof. Anything else you want to add, Jay? I guess, you know, if anyone's listening or they're teetering or maybe they're thinking of applying for the city, what should they do? Any advice from the Jay?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone deserves that opportunity to apply. I think everyone should apply. Like I said, we can pretty much train anybody to do the jobs that need to be done. You're really learning off of your coworkers and the jobs that you experience. I mean, if you have the hard work ethic, you have the drive, you want to show up to work every day, and you just have that pride of what you're doing and that you're making a difference for the customers of Madison. It was huge.
Thank you, Jay, so much for all your service so far to the city and our community and
Thank you.
Everything. You got a long ways to go. I'm saying that because I don't ever want to lose Jay, but I know
you are so kind.
I know retirement is inevitable, but still not for a while. Thanks, Jay, so much. What a sweet journey it's been. I'm sure it's been hard.
Oh yeah, you know there's
any hard moments?
Oh, you know there's many hard moments and challenges in life and at work, and you know you just get through it.
Anything that you would change?
Anything that I would change? No, you know I've had a really good ride here. I've had many opportunities given to me, and I think that I've taken advantage of those.
Yeah.
So I'm all good.
Yes, all good. You heard it here from DJ, Dairy Farm Kid. Love it. Now, always a supervisor here at the City of Madison Engineering Division. Quite the journey taking away from this conversation, apply, apply, apply. It is possible, and a wonderful career at that. We will continue to feature more coworkers and more episodes on everyday engineering. We will try to continue to answer that question, how did you get that job? It's simple. Just check out their life blueprint so far. That's it for us. Thanks for listening. Thank you, Jay. And as always, we are here for you every day in engineering.